Hi guys, it's Rob from Royal Balls. Time for my April summary. A little bit late. We're now up to 3,424 subscribers, so a good increase this month. You'll notice on the icons below that I now have a super thanks and a buy me a coffee icon. I did this because the algorithm in YouTube actually recognizes that you have these partnership programs and promotes your videos, so hopefully that will help to give me more subscribers without any other changes at all. But I'm very reluctant to go the Patreon route, so I do not want to charge anyone for making these videos, but if you do want to make a contribution, you can always drop down into the icon section there and make a small donation, which is much appreciated. Okay, I pulled my first clutch on the 29th of April. That was a Banana Clown Het Albino to a 66% POS Het Albino Clown female, and we'll see what we get from that. This is this male's second clutch. I got a clutch from him with this female's sister last season, so this season it's her sister that we're giving a try to. My second clutch was pulled on the 5th of this month. She waited for me to come back from a few days away and laid the very next day, bang on 50 days after ovulation. And this one is a pastel Het for lavender, a proven female, very big female, to a blackhead Enchi Het for lavender male. So it's a long shot in terms of visuals, only a 1 in 4 for visual lavenders, but pastel blackhead Enchi lavenders would be awesome, or any combination of those. And continuing to pair, we'll have a look at some of those. And I'm also continuing to get ovulations. Let's take a look at my latest ovulation, which is a pastel Het Pied paired to an asphalt Het Pied Het Clown male. So we're hoping for asphalt pieds from this. We should be able to tell anything that looks yellow belly is going to be asphalt because there's no yellow belly in the pairing, so that's a bonus. So we've got another full-blown ovulation here. This female is ovulating. You can see the swelling here in the midsection and the little dimple, the belly, and a very strong tail suck. Let me just lift her tail up and you can see the V. There it is, a very strong V in the tail suck. So this is a pastel Het Pied paired to an asphalt Het Pied Het Clown. So we're hoping for some asphalt pieds here. Bit of a long shot, but there you go. Clutches on the way for me this year will be Pieds, Cypress guys, if anybody is interested in the Cypress gene. We'll have more spot-nosed clowns and hopefully some Batmans and also some OD combos. Great news, ARP is breeding this year. He is about 20 clutches into his season. His incubator is filling up nicely and I've got some eye candy for you guys. There's a lot to look forward to from ARP. Some awesome OD stuff, So let's just take a look at some of his snakes. For me, Pepper Potts is now around about 1600 grams. Let's take a look at her. So here is my female pastel Iron Man. So this is pastel leopard Enchi orange dream yellow belly, and she is now over 2 years old, and as I said, she is now over 1500 grams. But I'm actually going to wait to pair her up. I've got a specific male that I'm growing up for her, which will be a really nice pairing, and there's no rush here. Let's get some more weight on her while the male grows up, and we'll give that a try. I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about that another time. Upcoming videos, guys, we've got a lot coming up. I've got my hatchling handling video, and I'm going to draw some conclusions here, and we'll probably leave this handling experiment at that. It has been rather emotive, and there's been lots of different viewpoints about the benefits of handling. I'm still unconvinced about the benefits of handling, although free roaming I certainly do see as beneficial. So that video is coming up. It's quite a long one. I'm also planning on doing a video about how ball pythons breed and how eggs develop. So we'll talk about polymorphism and sexual variation, we'll talk about parthenogenesis, and we'll talk a little bit about the possibilities of TSD, or temperature sensitive sex determination, as opposed to genotypic sex determination in ball pythons. Let's have a look at some of the science behind how our eggs actually develop. The terrarium girl is still actually underground. She fed last night. She came out of the tunnel, set up an ambush when I brought rats in the room and she could smell them, but she struck, coiled, ate her meal and went back underground. So that significant behaviour change in this yearling female has continued, and she is now spending the bulk of her time underground rather than on the surface. And yes, I have had the spy cam on her for several nights in a row, and she does not come out at night either. She sets up an ambush, usually in the entrance to the tunnel now rather than in the surface hide, and she stays there for a couple of hours on an evening, and she's usually active for a couple of hours in the early morning, and that's about it. When I say active, I mean she sets up an ambush. She does not wander around the cage exploring. She sets up a very purpose-driven and energy-saving ambush to try to get food, and that's all she does before she retires for the day, and she spends all night as well underground. I haven't given up entirely on doing a live stream, although I have given up on trying to get my M50 vlogging camera to work. I've bought a number of cables and various software to try and get it to work with my computer, and it doesn't. I'm also not happy with my hand phone for doing a live stream, so it does look as if I'm going to have to shell out and buy a laptop with a webcam or a dedicated webcam that will work with my computer. Leave it with me, I haven't given up, we'll get it figured out. And my helper here, Pepper, is now on a diet. We managed to get her some high protein food with no grain in it, which she is now eating. And the other two cats love it, and she's not quite so keen, but she's still eating too much of it. So we'll see how she progresses, won't we? Okay guys, so that's the April roundup. I'm going to leave you with some shots of Langkawi, where I spent a couple of days, just for a little bit of eye candy, and just to show you that I do actually have a life outside of snakes. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe. Stay tuned for those upcoming videos, and we'll see you next time.